How stock markets make money. Every other day, people are becoming millionaires from investing in the stock market. But how does it work exactly? Today, we'll explain to you in detail how the stock markets work and how you too can be a part of it. But before we start, why don't you hit the subscribe button if you haven't? Also, tap the bell notification icon for constant updates whenever we post. Now, let's begin, shall we? To start off, let's talk about stocks. In the simplest form, a stock is a share of ownership. Stocks are only available for publicly traded companies. By purchasing a stock, you're buying a piece of the company. Anyone can buy stocks from all sorts of companies, whether it's the large global ones like IBM or smaller ones that just went public. The number of shares bought are proportional to the percentage of ownership. The person who owns the largest number of shares individually owns most of the company. If you pay $120 for a single stock, which ends up appreciating by 10% during a given period, your earnings on the stock investment will be $12 if no dividend was paid. In order to make that profit, the company has to increase its revenue and profit. The more money a company makes, the more the stock price increases, and the more the profit. While it may all seem so hard, it's actually pretty easy to own one. You'd simply be required to pay the market price of the stock via a stockbroker, a digital device, or over the phone. And that's it. You should receive a confirmation on your purchase, and thereafter you can sell the stock as you please, hopefully for a profit. Now that we understand what a stock is, hoping you've been following through, let's talk about the stock market. A stock market is a public trading avenue where investors are able to buy, sell, or issue stocks. There are so many stock markets around the world, the most popular being the New York Stock Exchange, the London Stock Exchange, and NASDAQ. These markets are open to all and are fair in nature. There's no discrimination as to who can purchase or sell the stocks. Well, unless the law prohibits you, but anyone can be a part of the trade. So, what happens in a trade? Let's see an example. Jane Doe and John Doe own Company X, which has been doing well and has recorded steady growth in revenue for the past few years. During their strategic planning, they realized the potential for growth is humongous, but for the company to grow that large, they need to increase their capacity and capital. The only way they can raise enough money is by going public and selling part of the company to individuals like you and me, or even another company. To do this, they will need to first have their company audited to ensure they meet the eligibility requirements. Once they qualify, the company will issue an IPO, which refers to an initial price offering. This is the amount investors will pay to get a share of the company. By doing this, Company X will be able to get the capital they need to proceed with their expansion plans. The price given is the measure of the company's worth. Sometimes the price refers to what investors are willing to pay at a given time. This is what makes up the actual price and the market price. Before we talk about the types of stocks and why one would buy or sell stocks, let's go back to where it all started. Stock trading goes all the way back to the 11th century. It all started in France when businessmen traded agricultural debts on brokerage markets. Soon after, in the 13th century, Venice merchants started trading securities. Belgium is widely credited for having the first proper stock exchange in the 1400s. The very first official stock traded was of the East India Company back in the 1600s. Instead of taking the risky sea journey across the ocean to capitalize on the lucrative trade market, investors could buy shares of the East India Company. The venture was thriving in such a short time that stocks started trading all over Europe. Back in the day, the stock price was determined by what investors were willing to pay. When the demand for a particular stock increased, the share price increased accordingly, and when the demand decreased, the price decreased too. This led to the opening of the first stock exchange, the London Stock Exchange, in the year 1698. Over a century later, the New York Stock Exchange was officially opened for trading in the year 1817. Hundreds of years later, and the trade is still thriving, and this isn't about to change anytime soon. The types of stocks available today are common and preferred stocks. Common stocks are the most popular, just as the name suggests. They are the most widely traded stocks. Each will give the owner a vote in shareholders' events. Aside from enabling owners to vote, this stock type gives the owner a right to receive dividend payments, either quarterly or yearly, depending on the company's policy. The larger companies will pay more in dividends compared to the smaller ones. Dividends are dependent on the profits made. The more the profits, the higher the dividend earnings. The other type is the preferred stock. Preferred stocks are a form of ownership of a company, but they have more priority than common stocks. In case of liquidation, if you own a preferred stock, you will be paid first, before the common stock owners. Sounds great, right? But the only issue with these stocks is that you won't earn any dividends. So stocks can earn money through dividends earnings and capital gains on the value. Many people have become millionaires and billionaires by investing in stocks. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, says long-term investing in stocks with a good portfolio is the easiest and most secure way to make money. But when do you know when to buy or sell the stocks? Everyone buys stocks to make some profit, but that's not the only reason to buy them. Some people buy stocks to gain influence in a company. As mentioned, common stocks enable owners to vote on the company issues. The other reason why people buy stocks is to outflank inflation. During these tough economic times, earning money from stock investments will help you stay ahead of inflation. The other reason people buy stocks is for long-term savings. Stocks appreciate over time, making them the best investment for retirement and a great tool to save in the long haul. Now let's have a look at why people sell their previously owned stocks. The most obvious reason is to make profit. Once the stock price significantly rises above what you paid for a stock, it only makes sense to sell and earn the capital gains. Many people sell their stocks if the company presents too much risk. If a company is being mismanaged, has been involved in unethical scandals, or any other risky situation, it's advisable to sell the stock to avoid losing money. Also, once a stock price grows so much that it represents a major portion of your portfolio, drastic changes on the stock price can adversely affect the overall portfolio. By selling parts of such stocks and creating a more balanced portfolio, you will reduce the risks. The other reason you would sell stocks is if you need the money urgently. This could be to pay for mortgage, debt, school fees, or whatever other expense incurred. Finally, you can sell stocks to get money to invest in another more promising company. Now that we understand what stocks are, what the stock market is, and why you should buy or sell a stock, let's have a look at some rules to follow when investing in stocks and what you need to get started. The first rule from the master of stock trading, Warren Buffett, is to invest in large and medium cap companies and avoid small cap companies at all costs. While some small companies have great growth potential, the risks of investing in them are much higher. Aim for companies that have been in the market for longer and have ready established brands. The second rule is to focus more on dividend-paying stocks. You can earn a whole lot of money in dividends from well-established companies. Dividends are free money dished out to you for doing nothing. This happens to be one of the best passive incomes in the 21st century. And if you want to know more about passive income once you're done with this, watch our other video about it. The third rule is to buy when stock prices go down. Due to the volatility and speculation of stock prices, the value will fluctuate often. The golden rule is to buy when the price is low and sell when it rises. You don't have to be an expert to know when to get into the market. You can easily find the stock price trend by searching online. A price drop provides a perfect investment opportunity because from there, the price can only go up. Finally, you want to invest in companies that are simple to understand. Aim for companies with a straightforward business model. Also, if you have some understanding about a particular industry, aim to invest in companies in the sector. If you've been paying attention, then you're ready for our final segment on what you need to do to get started. The first step is to open an online brokerage account. Long gone are the days where you would need to shout your order in a crazy market full of people. As you select the account, keep two things in check. 1. The commission amounts, and the customer service. Once you open the account, you will have to show proof of identification and link a payment method. The second step is to decide on the stocks you want to purchase. You can use our rules to guide your decision. Next step is to decide on the number of shares to buy. Once done, hit the purchase button, and money will be withdrawn from your selected payment method and used to buy the stocks. From your account, you'll be able to manage your portfolio, sell stocks, and buy more. Keep an eye on the changes in prices to make informed decisions on how to manage your assets. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. We hope you learned a thing or two about stocks and stock markets. If you have any comments, drop them below. Also, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead. We release useful content as often as we can. Tap the bell icon so you never miss out. Have a wonderful day.